Hello, welcome back to Judisamo. I changed my YouTube name to Judisamo now. Nice. I'm no longer called Ju the Dude, which I figured was a good idea because there are 6 million other accounts out there on YouTube and whatnot called Ju the Dude, and they're mostly comprised of 12-year-olds.
Oh, no.
So yeah guys, Judisamo is now the real name, I guess, so welcome back to another video of Judisamo. Anyway, Q&A. This is the first time I'm doing this, guys. It's my first ever Q&A video. Very interesting, very nice. I hit 150 subscribers, and for that I said I would do a Q&A video. I asked you guys to send in all your questions to me, and I'm going to answer them on my first ever Q&A video. This is very interesting, very exciting. Looking forward to getting into it. But yeah, you guys sent in loads and loads and loads of questions, and I just spent the past 20 minutes compiling them all into a good order so I can read them all out on this YouTube video. So without further ado, let's learn about me.
My question for the Q&A is, if you could choose one game, what would it be and why? SMN Phoenix Edits.
If I could choose one game and why? Oh, very good question. Probably Animal Crossing. That's got to be my first go-to game of all time. Mainly because of the nostalgia aspect. It was my first ever favourite game, and it's I played New Leaf as my first ever Animal Crossing game for the 3DS when it came out in 2016, and I had a hell of a time on that. I used to play it every single day. But yeah, that's really my game that has come to mind there, Phoenix. I think it is Animal Crossing. And of course, I have also played New Horizons, which I've been streaming, and you know, it's okay. I think New Leaf is actually better than New Horizons in some aspects.
I have a question for you, is that who were you inspired from? Like, what made you open a YouTube channel and do live stream and videos? Deadly142.
Very deep and inspiring question that is. I think I started YouTube because I've always liked to entertain, I think, ever since I was a 5-year-old. When my granddad got the camera out at family times, I would like jump in front of the camera, pull faces and be an absolute idiot and ruin the family video. I guess watching YouTube, watching other content creators do stuff, I always thought that's really cool. I want to do that. I want to kind of just hop on and see what happens if I try and do content creation. And I did. The first thing I started was my own podcast, which I've done for 2 years. That's going very well. That's what I kind of started doing in terms of content creation. I started that when I was about 17. What inspired me? I don't know. There are a couple of people that did inspire me to start content creation. One of those people is Chris Broad, actually, from abroad in Japan. He's probably one of my biggest inspirations. I watched him for a long time. And I don't know, just a British guy in Japan, it was quite funny just seeing how he adjusted to a new culture and everything, and I've always been watching him. He did his own podcast as well, and I've got to say, I think Chris Broad is one of my biggest inspirations. I don't know why, but he's just one of my favourite YouTubers. And genuinely, when I was just having a bad day, I'd watch him and he would cheer me up. So I think one of my biggest inspirations is Chris Broad, and I thought I'll give content creation a shot, and now I do live streaming and I love it. I really do love it. I love talking to you guys, I love playing games, it's amazing. So yeah, I think that's the answer to that question.
What inspired you to become a fan of Nintendo games?
When I got my first ever Nintendo DS when I was about 11 years old, I immediately fell in love with it. A lot of my mates grew up playing PlayStation and Xbox, but for me it was Nintendo. That was my first ever console. It was a Nintendo DS, and I would spend hours and hours just playing Mario Kart DS. That was one of my first games I ever got for it. I remember like in bed, like hiding it under the pillow from mum because I didn't want to get caught at night playing Mario Kart DS before school. So those were some good days. But I think, yeah, what inspired me to like Nintendo was just like many other Nintendo fans. They started off with a little DS or a Game Boy or an NES, or even for a newer fan, the Nintendo Switch. I started off with Nintendo consoles and it just went from there.
What's your favourite food of all time? Night Riders 1, 2, 3.
Probably a Chinese meal called duck and pancakes. Very nice. Absolutely exquisite. It's my go-to order every time. Yes, it's expensive, but it's bloody nice. Chinese food.
If you had the ability to change one thing about the world, what would it be?
The lack of optimism.
What are you going to do for 1K subscribers?
Ride a horse into space.
What's your dream car?
Probably a Range Rover. Very cool car. And I feel like if I'm driving in a Range Rover, it's a very big, bulky car, so if I get in a crash, I should be fine. Not that I'm going to go around crashing my car. I've got so many hours in Mario Kart anyway, I don't think I'll crash my car, you know? Not a very good basis for car driving anyway, Mario Kart.
What type of photography do you like?
I'm a huge fan of photography, and it's probably got to be scenic pictures. I do love a good scenic picture, like of a sunset, some mountains, some animals. So yeah, scenic photography.
Which was the funniest ever moment on stream? Drones Endgames.
I don't know. Me. Actually, there was one that was quite funny, but it wasn't funny for me. I had a party popper that I said I'd pull it if I hit 100 subscribers, and I did hit 100 subscribers, and then on live stream, and I hit 100 subscribers on live stream, and I went to get the party popper out. I pulled it, and it just didn't work, so it just broke on live. It was very anticlimactic and upsetting.
Thank you. Right, looks like we're going to do it, guys. The moment where it all comes. Everyone get ready. We're going to pull the... Hey, this is Emily. Nice to see you. Right, get ready. I want to pull it. I'm going to go. Let's see if it works. 3, 2, 1. 100 subscribers. Don't on me, that didn't work. No! It didn't work! It didn't work!
I'm still recovering from the mental upset I got from that, because I had that party popper for so long sitting on my shelf, and I was like, I'm going to pull that when I hit 100, and it just didn't work. So I'm very upset about that. But a lot of people found it very funny. So yeah, I don't know. There's probably countless other moments that I can't remember. Oh, actually, there was one funny thing where my good friend Eli came onto my stream drunk, and that was very funny for me to see, because you could just see his general downfall as he started talking, and the more drink got to his head. It was pretty funny.
Which was your favourite moment on stream?
There's so many moments in my streams that could be questionably interesting or funny. When I got my good friend Deathslayer to join me in a game of Mario Kart PC, and he completely destroyed me in every single round in Mario Kart PC. He's an absolute god at the game. Me and him just gradually started going mental on the stream, because he was making fun of my skills. I was getting more and more upset with him, and it was just an atrocious thing to witness.
Please.
I hope you fall down the stairs. I hope you fall down the stairs and break your face. All of it.
Yes, how does it feel on the ninth place?
Looking back on it, it was just quite funny to see the downfall of my mental health playing with him on stream.
Which country would you want to go as vacation?
Japan. I love Japan.
What is your favourite thing about streaming? Beloon605.
Probably the sense of community I have, you know. I've got like a small little community that tune in every single stream, and it's amazing because we all kind of know each other, we all kind of talk and make jokes. It's just really nice, you know. Like, I never really thought when I started streaming I'd be getting people watching me that much, but I've now got like a small little fan base, which is really nice to see. And yeah, probably the sense of community. That's what I love about streams, and it's something I would not change for the world.
What are your top 3 favourite Nintendo games?
Animal Crossing, Pokemon Y, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
Who is your absolute favourite Xenoblade character?
Ryan. Can't go wrong with Ryan.
Which year was the best, and if it's something else than 2024, would you want to go back to that one year for one day?
I'll probably go back to my childhood days. That was the best. Going back to my childhood days when I was a kid, I had no care in the world. I was playing with friends. Life just seemed a lot better when I was a kid. I don't know why. Like, now in 2024, the world seems to be going to absolute crap. And I think going back to the days when I was a child and just reliving those moments again would be a fantastic thing to do, you know. I made a lot of really good memories as a kid, and I think that's what I want to do. Go back to my childhood days. Yeah.
Who is your least favourite Xenoblade character?
Ricky. What an atrocious little enemy. Who thought of Ricky, bro? Like, Ricky does not deserve to be in the game. So many people like Ricky. Someone get rid of him. He's just annoying. Like, Ricky, get lost. I don't like Ricky.
What game is the first one you will probably download when you get a PC?
Power World. I know Minecraft was on the list for a long time because everyone's asking me to play Minecraft on the PC, but Power World looks really cool. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, it just looks really cool. So probably Power World. That's the first game I'll get.
Do you think I'm a good editor, and would you like to see changes in my work?
Yes, Beelun is in fact my editor for my shorts, and I do appreciate you. Yes, your editing is great, man. I honestly don't think I deserve anyone else. Very good editing skills, Beelun. Very good job.
Have you done a live of Roblox? If not, can you do one? Alice Ball 896.
I don't play Roblox anymore, just because I grew up, and I know some people still do play Roblox, but to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. It's just a really, just weird format of games, and it's very overrated, but then again, people seem to get so much joy out of it, and those people being kids, really. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever do a Roblox live stream unless I'm bullied to by my viewers, but I'm not really a big player on Roblox, so probably not.
What is your goal with the channel? Where do you want it to lead you in the future? Eli Turp.
Very good question. I made this channel more in the mind of doing Nintendo related videos and talking about the company, but if you've noticed recently, I've kind of veered away from Nintendo and I've been talking about other things. I've done life updates, I've done a FNAF movie review, and I definitely need to kind of hit the ground a bit more with Nintendo videos. That's definitely on the agenda because that's kind of my niche, really. Nintendo games, I stream Nintendo games, and the plan is to do Nintendo content. But if I'm being entirely honest with you, my channel isn't I don't want to be tied down to just Nintendo, and I have been thinking lately of doing some other sort of different content. Like, I've had a lot of people ask me to do like Temu shopping online and do reaction videos, and I think I might do that, you know. I'm not going to just stick to Nintendo content, but my niche is Nintendo stuff, so that's what most people are sticking around for, so I'm definitely going to try and keep to that in the future with videos, and of course in my lives I've only really stream Nintendo games, but I'm gonna definitely veer off and stream other games on my lives as well. That's the plan. But I think for my goal in my channel, I just want to kind of be creative and be myself, and that is not gonna just involve Nintendo. Like, I might go out and do, you know, day in the life sort of videos, interview people. I just want to do things like that, you know, just kind of testing different things out and doing different videos. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the future of the channel grow. But definitely Nintendo stuff is the main sort of objective of this whole channel, like the whole sort of vibe I'm giving, particularly with my new setup and everything, is Nintendo, because that's kind of my niche. Bing Chiling Ni Hao. Never mind, that's a bit racist. I don't know why they've written in Chinese, because I don't know any Chinese. But anyway, I can translate this. Let me translate this. Good morning, China. Now I have ice cream. I love ice cream, but Fast and Furious 9 is better than ice cream. I've got a feeling this definitely doesn't make much sense. It seems like a sentence stringed together by a 6-year-old that just learnt their English. Eli, stick to English, mate. I don't think Chinese is for you. But at least I got one word right. I said Bing Chilin, and I'm pretty sure Bing Chilin is ice cream in Chinese.
早上好，中国！现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋，但是速度与激情就比冰淇淋速度与激情就我。
If you could change the name of the king, what would you change it to? Anonymous 59997.
King Dunnabunk.
Have you ever dated a girl outside of the UK?
My anonymous answer to that is yes, I have.
Give me life advice to cheer me up.
Life always goes up again after you fall down. Unless you fall down the stairs into a bucket of knives, then you might die. That's a bit of a different situation. You might not go up again after that.
What is your least favourite food? Pineapple Animation 6832.
Broccoli on toast.
Would you ever use a Nintendo Switch Lite and or DS?
As I've said before, my DS was my first ever gaming console. Going back to the DS, I don't really know, because it's just like the past now. Like, the DS is kind of just an old console. It's really hard to get hold of a Nintendo DS. So, probably not. I probably wouldn't go back to using one. As for the Switch Lite, I would not really recommend it. It's a bit of a waste of money because it doesn't dock to your TV, it doesn't connect to anything, it doesn't switch. It's just a small little version of a Switch with limited graphics. It's not an OLED or anything, so I would say no. I wouldn't use a Lite, and I would not recommend getting a Lite. I would recommend investing in an actual Switch, or even better, the OLED, or even better, hopefully this year Nintendo makes an even better console, which is coming out this year. Fingers crossed, that's good.
Do you like the number 2763?
No.
What thing or things is unlucky to you?
I'm not really a superstitious person, if I'm being honest with you, so I don't know what items are lucky or unlucky. But if there's anything that is unlucky, it's probably the giant lion my sister bought me, and it's literally taking up half the room. I don't know what to do with it. Stupid huge lion. Why? Help, please. No, I don't know what to do with this.
Do you play sports?
Funny enough, no, not really. I never was really into sports or anything. I did try and get into football when I was in secondary school, and I ended up kicking the ball over the roof and getting detention, so...
Do you think you'll have kids? And if yes, how many?
I'm 18 years old. I don't want to be thinking about kids right now. No. No. But if I did have kids, it would probably be at max 2. I don't want any more than that.
What are you allergic to?
Nuts. I'm allergic to nuts. Dirty-minded idiot.
Do you hate Apple products?
If I'm being honest, I love them and hate them at the same time. Oh, I love it and I hate... No, I shouldn't say that, so I'll get copyrighted.
What is it like being a podcast host? JR's Gaming Podcast.
Well, my own podcast wrote into my questions. Lovely. It's great. I love being a podcast host. It's amazing. Hosting a podcast each week is really good. Go check out my podcast, the JR's Gaming Podcast. It's an absolute blast. I love it.
When JR update? Temmie Hoy.
The dreaded question that everyone asks me. When will I make a video with Rowan on the JR's Gaming channel, which no one knows about now? It's probably the first ever channel I started using with my best friend Rowan. We're going to do like collaborative videos gaming together because we run a podcast together and we also decided we'd do like a gaming channel together. To be honest, we've just been so busy with our own channels and our own podcast to really think about doing the JR's Gaming channel. But I know it is for some reason very highly requested for us to come back at that channel and make more videos, and I think we are going to do some, hopefully. But I keep saying that and you guys are getting more and more mad. But one day, hopefully this year, we will get something out on that channel. Go and check it out.
Do you like boys? Kitty Meredith.
Probably not as much as you, Kitty Meredith. That being said, I'm straight.
Have you ever been recognised in public from your streams? Kia Menel.
Yes, once I was actually recognised in public. It was very embarrassing actually. I was out at a bar with some friends and this girl came up to me. Her name was Charlie. She was quite a nice girl. She came up and was like, "Oh, can I have a picture with you?" And I was like, "What? Who are you?" Like, I was so confused. I don't understand. Like, I've hardly been doing this sort of stuff. And she actually recognised me, not from my streams, she recognised me from my podcasts. Because I've now showed my face and I do my podcast on video. And she was like, "You're from the JR's Gaming Podcast." I was like, "We literally have 45 subscribers. We're very small on YouTube. And how did you recognise me?" And she was like, "Yeah, I listen and I've seen you around." And I was like, "Well, that's very interesting." Yeah, so I got a picture and I felt very, very famous. My ego was stroked that day and I felt very, very good. But yeah, only once. Yeah, I have been recognised once and that was only once. So if you do see me in public, do feel free to come and say hi.
If you could change one thing about the streaming community, what would it be?
Ever since a joke was made or something, everyone's been just spamming bananas, and it's so annoying. Like, I'm fed up of seeing bananas. I don't ever want to see a banana again. I want to know bananas should not exist. I don't want to see any more bananas, honestly.
What's the strangest experience you've had as a streamer?
I did have an email once from another streamer, and they were saying that they wanted me to participate in their stream, and I was like, you know, I wasn't going to be a nasty person and just ignore their email. Like, I'm open to collaborations, so I was like, I emailed them back and was like, "Sure, what sort of content do you want to do?" And then they said, "Oh, well, in my stream we want to grow plants," and I was like, "Okay." And they said, "We want you to come and help us grow these plants by meditation." And what we do is we sit in a row and we watch these plants grow in the soil, and we get a couple of viewers for each stream. And I quickly decided that was not a good idea, because as much as that may have been a thing, I don't really find fun in collaborating with another streamer that just sits down and watches plants grow. Sorry. There you go, guys. That's the Q&A over. Hopefully you know a little bit more about me now. And yeah, it was a good Q&A, you know. I didn't know I'd get so many questions in, and I did answer every single one of them, so no one was left out, hopefully. Now I've said that, maybe one viewer will be like, "No, didn't read out my question!" But hopefully I did, and I'm pretty sure I did read out all of them. Hopefully this video has been very educational for you, and I'll be back with another video shortly after this. So until then, it's goodbye from me. I'm now going to drink milk out of a wine glass, because I'm very, 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 what's the word? Classy. Yes, very classy. Get out. Get on. Get